In case of partnership, any change in the current partnership agreement can lead to a reconstitution of the partnership firm, because a change ends the current existing agreement and a new agreement comes into being. Remember, reconstitution though does not mean that the firm is shutting down. The firm will continue its operations. It only means that partners' relationship has changed due to factors like, let's say, change in profit sharing ratio, admission of a partner, retirement of an existing partner, or an unfortunate event like death of a partner. All of these could lead to a reconstitution of a partnership firm. And then there's one more, amalgamation of two or more firms into a new one can also lead to reconstitution of the old firms and recreation of the new firm, right? In this video, our focus is going to be on reconstitution of a partnership firm due to a change in profit sharing ratio. See, when the profit sharing ratio amongst the partners changes, let's say there are three partners A, B, C, they were sharing profits in the ratio of 5:3:2, and from a particular date they want to share profits in a different ratio, which could be 1:1:1 or anything else which is different than the old ratio, right? So the profit sharing ratio has changed. So when the profit sharing ratio changes, there are two possibilities. Either the partners are going to gain or they're going to lose, a sacrifice or a gain. Yeah, at times it's possible that they are not gaining or sacrificing, but they are neutral. It's very rare. Mostly it is down to these two things. Either the partners are gaining or the partners are sacrificing. So here we will learn how do you calculate that sacrifice or gain by the partners when the ratio changes and the impact of that change on goodwill treatment as well. So let's get going. First thing we want to start with is to learn the formula of sacrificing ratio and gaining ratio, right? So the formula for sacrificing ratio is straightforward. It's old ratio minus new ratio. Okay, technically, if you want to find whether a partner is gaining or sacrificing, the formula is old share of that partner minus the new share of that partner. That is a formula to find out the sacrifice. And the formula to find out gain, it is new share minus old share of that partner. Okay, all right, as you can see, I have a problem right now on my screen. Let's solve this together. Come on. Feel free to pause me and pick up your pen and notebook if you want. Let's do this thing. Let me start with dictating the problem, right? It's on the screen anyway. Adi, John, and Ned are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 5:3:2. And it was decided by them to share future profits equally with effect from 1st April 2023. So what do we have to do? We have to calculate, the first thing is the sacrifice or gain by the partners. So we're going to start like this. As we know, the formula for finding out sacrificing ratio is old share minus the new share. So let's start with Adi, who's the first partner. So Adi's old share, as given in the question clearly, is 5/10, and Adi's new share is 1/3. So let's deduct these two. Adi's old share 5/10 minus Adi's new share 1/3. That gives us an answer of 5/30. Now this 5/30 being a positive figure, it is a sacrifice. Why? Because you are applying the formula of sacrificing ratio, which is old minus new. And if your answer is positive figure, it's a sacrifice. If your answer is a negative figure, it's going to be a gain. And conversely, if you were applying the formula of gaining ratio, which is new minus old, in that case, if your answer is a positive figure, it's a gain. If your answer is a negative figure, it's going to be a sacrifice. But as you know, we are applying the formula of sacrificing share, which is old share minus new share. So any positive answer will be a sacrifice and any negative answer will be a gain. Let's do the same thing for John. So John's old share is 3/10 and John's new share is 1/3, of course, because they have agreed to share future profits equally. So 3/10 minus 1/3, you get minus 1/30. Now the answer being a negative figure, it is indicating that there is a gain by John, because you have applied the sacrificing ratio formula, but your answer is negative, which means John has gained. Now let's talk of Ned. What's Ned's old share? Ned's old share is 2/10 and minus his new share, which is 1/3. You get minus 4/30, which is clearly a gain, right? So what do we have here? Adi is sacrificing 5/30 of his share. John is gaining 1/30 and Ned is gaining 4/30. So we have one partner who is sacrificing, we have two partners who are gaining. Okay? So that is the calculation of sacrifice or gain by the partners. Pretty straightforward and really simple when you do it. But just remember, it depends on what formula you're applying. If you're applying the formula for sacrificing share, a plus answer will mean sacrifice and a minus answer would mean gain. If you're applying the formula of gaining share, a plus answer would mean gain and a minus answer would mean sacrifice. Here we have applied the sacrificing share formula. That's why for us, a plus answer is a sacrifice and a minus answer is a gain. I hope that's clear. Yeah.